Wow. For real. It's your boy Cashmere Medic. It's gonna be a little something touchy. A lot of y'all probably won't like it. A lot of the Gen Z people won't like this. But I think I'm your big brother, and I think it's time for me to tell you, because they won't tell you none of this. I'm gonna tell you, 'cause I'm your big brother. So it's time to tell you. You wanna hear it? You in danger, y'all. We in danger with everything, how everything's coming out, you know what I mean? The American dream is officially dead. You know, it's no such thing as no American dream, you know? I got a lot of stuff, when you're gonna see me probably look down, I wrote a lot of stuff down, so I can't really remember it, so we're gonna try to do the best that we can as we go through it. A house, a family, a stable, a career. For decades, this was the promise, the blueprint for a good life, handed down from one generation to the next. Work hard, play hard, get paid later. But what if that promise was made to you and it has been mathematically broken for generations to come? This isn't just a feeling. It's not about skipping lattes or a lack of hustle. A recent analysis shows that since that start of 2021, consumer prices have skyrocketed by 23%, while the average wages has only grown by 22%, resulting in a net loss of purchasing power for an average American. For Gen Z, that gap feels more like chasing the dream. It's not just you, bro. The game has changed for everybody. And today, we're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. American dream has become nothing but an American delusion. It's your boy Cashmere Matter from a Hopes and Sons production. If you're new to the channel, what we here try to talk about, get a better understanding and an education about pet lizards. I do music, we do skits, vlogs, shorts, lives. We just have a good time. A little mukbangs here and there, mixing it up, you know what I'm saying, into a bowl. We just try to, it ain't no one niche content of nothing. We just do whatever on this channel. We just have fun here, and all we do here, we just try to stay focused on the task at hand. Let's get to it, man. The traditional dream, the one our parents and grandparents have taught us to go chase, is no longer attainable for most young Americans. Yeah, it hasn't really just got harder, it got worse. We are systematically stuck. We are fractured by the impossible of housing costs, suffocating debt, and the job market that's broke its end off the bargain. This isn't a story about generational laziness. This is a look at the data that proves dreams is dead, and an exploration of what might rise from the ashes if we take heed to what I'm talking about right now. It ain't just about what I say. This is national data. This is science backing proof. You know, every time I start talking about something, I don't just start talking on my butt, bro. I'm hitting you with data and facts. I got this stuff in my face, and I'm looking at the data of it. You know, just why you see me glance down, put back up, because I can't remember everything I wrote. It's a lot of juiciness. So that's the ghost of an old dream. Let's start to understand how a broken system is. We have to remember what it's supposed to look like. For baby boomers, the post-World War II era created a unique landscape. It was time of widespread possibility or prosperity. Union jobs with permissions, a growing middle class. The idea was a single family can afford a home, a car, and a yearly vacation while all saving for a comfortable retirement. Think about this. In 1985, listen, the median home cost was 3.5 times what the median family earned in a year. It wasn't exactly cheap, but it was within reach. Higher education was seen as a golden ticket, not a financial anchor. You could work a summer job, pay off a big chunk of your tuition, graduate with minimal debt, and skip right into a career that can last a lifetime. This was the promise sold to millennials and Gen Z people. We were raised on stories of grandparents who bought their first house or what now costs less than a car. We were told that college was non-negotiable and we have to go to college to get a better education. We were instructed to follow the exact same blueprint that they followed and who other people before them followed. But We weren't told that the materials have changed, that the cost of the entry have skyrocketed, while the rewards have diminished. We were handed a map to a country that don't really exist anymore. The ghost of this old dream haunts us, creating an imbalanced culture. We were gaslit by the older generation that doesn't always see that we were playing a different game with different rules. They see our struggle and ask, why aren't you trying hard enough? You feel me? They say, how was it ever that easy? The disconnect is staggering. It begins with the most fundamental piece of the dream, a place to call home. Now, a lot of people don't have a place to call home. You can struggle all your life and try to go save for money, and it comes down to you can't really save because it's so hard to save, man. Like nowadays, you try to save $50 in some kind of way, that $50 get tackled down every freaking day. Like you be saving it for a little bit, but then you always need something else. Like you need to feed yourself, you need to put gas in your car. You know what I'm saying? You need, essentials. You need deodorant, you need toothpaste, you need body wash, you need, it's things that you would need on an everyday basis. It ain't really just about, eating out all the time, but you would need things to take care of yourself. So it's hard. Your $50 go down to $0 when you starting back from scratch again. So let's start with the housing nightmare. Let's start how this goes. Let's start with the cornerstone of the American dream, home ownership. It was never just about shelter. It was about stability, communication, community, the primary way to get generational wealth. For many in Gen Z, it's become a primary source of despair. Let's take a look at the numbers. In 2024, the median price for a home grew 5 times the median household income, a historical high ratio. Back in the 90s, that ratio was 3.2. Today, the median house home sale is between $422,000. What does that actually mean for a young person trying to buy their first home? Now, if you buying a home for real cheap, you're gonna be put in the hood. Let's just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look, for instance, to afford a house at the price with today's mortgage rates, a buyer would need an annual income of well over $100,000 to afford that home. Right? Now consider that overall median income household in the USA is $83,000. That's what they really want you to make, right? The math don't work, and the math ain't mathing. Now, that's before you even think about a down payment. So for many, saving up $8,000 is impossible when rent and groceries are already picking up every dollar that you make. Now, in fact, in 2025, a report from PNC Bank found that 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. PNC Bank don't even help you at all. You put your money in the bank, you go get a loan from them, they gonna tell you don't have the money. But instead of them telling you they don't have the money, they're gonna deny you the loan. And that's just personal experience. So I just feel like getting your money from a bank is a bad situation in general. Let's throw it out there. Banks is gonna fold over by the year 2030, and by the year 2040, you won't have a bank. Watch what I tell you. This ain't a problem in expenses anymore. While the price to income ratio in a place like LA is mind-boggling, 12.2. The crisis is national, bro. It just don't be in one city. It's everywhere, bro. The results, Gen Z is effectively locked out of the market. According to the National Association of Realtors, buyers aged 18 and 25 made up just 3% of all home buyers recently. Many of them are forced to rent while the costs are spiraling. Now, people in their late 20s, even 30s, not out of choice, but out of necessity. They can't afford it. So when someone from an older generation says, I bought my first house when I was 25, they're talking about a completely different income or economic reality. Today's high-priced homes income ratio is 5.0, and that's more than 50% higher than it was from when they bought their first home in their 20s, in the 90s, and their 80s. Now, if that's the finish line, why has it moved so much far away from reality and having your own home and being a home ownership? It starts years later in the very institution that was supposed to guarantee our success, which is a bank, or going to college to get things you need. But what I just say a couple sentences ago, that you need to make $100,000 a year to afford a $700,000 home, which is impossible. student debt anchor. For generations, the mantra was clear: go to college, bro. You know what I'm saying? Getting a degree was the key to success. You feel me? And it was so as the ultimate investment in yourself. But for Gen Z, the investment has become dragging down more than even before it even started. So how can you make it when when you go start school, that's debt. So that's debt to income ratio. Then let's say for instance you got a little server job you're trying to get by, that's gonna hurt you. You finish college, that's 4 years, and you finish college. Now you come out, you out of college, you go get the job, you get a girlfriend or whatever, you make a baby, you have a family. Now you go try to find a home or whatever, and then you like, dang, I can't get a home because I owe student loans. Dang, bro. You saw how hard that is, bro? They want you to be picture perfect. It's not possible that everybody's perfect. If God put everybody here the same way, then we all tick the same. We all move the same. We all speak the same. We all look the same. We all be black. We all be white. We all be whatever color that you are. That's who we all be. God didn't make us the same. So why is it always the same blueprint for everybody? For that stupid system to move over for you can get a job or a house and you can move on with your life and you can have generational wealth for your family. The scale of student loan debt is staggering, bro. Collectively, America's now over like $1.7 trillion. That's more than what the government is owed to us. You know how the government is in debt? That's more. That's almost more than what the government is in debt of, bro. That's a burden, bro. Well, they have the lowest average debt balance right now. That's mostly because they are the youngest. The truly alarming fact is that the debt is growing at the fastest rate of any generation. You could be old, young, Gen Z, baby boomer, whatever you are, it's still the same speed. If you hit debt, it's gonna stagger and it's gonna knock your FICO score down to the drain, bro. It ain't like a monthly bill. It's a fundamental barrier to building a life. It takes major decisions. How can you save for a down payment on your house when a huge chunk of your income is already spoken for? How can you think about starting a family or taking an entrepreneurial risk when more than half of young people say their student loans limit their ability to save or invest? The promise was that the degree was to lead to a high-paying job, and that would make your death worthwhile. But we'll see next that promise has already been broken. The results a generation have following is now being punished for it. For even going to school, you get punished for it. It's a cruel paradox. They're often educated for jobs available, overeducated, yet undercompensated for a degree that makes paying for education a lifelong struggle. The debt delays home ownership. It delays retirement savings, and it delays financial independence that American dream was built on. It hinders everything you try to accomplish. That student loan always carries you and comes with you wherever you go. I still owe student loan debt, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people around me do too. And in that school, I ain't even finished that. I still owe it. And I ain't even go long. I ain't really go real long to owe that much money. But that's how I go. A lot of it is the broken job market. Let's talk about the job market. So you navigated the impossible housing market and you saddled with student loan debt. The final pillar of the American dream is yet to be your salvation, a good, stable job. Yet Gen Z enter the workforce, they find the pillar is crumbling. They're stepping into the most precarious job market in recent memory. Listen, in August 2025, just a couple months ago, the youth unemployment rate was 10.5%. And for those who do find work, the nature of that work has fundamentally changed. The era of a 40-year career with one company and a pension is a relic. It has been replaced by the gig economy, contract work, and a constant state of professional instability. So for somebody to go work for somebody and stay at a job for 40 years, they rather go do DoorDash. They rather go do Uber. They go pick up Grubhub. Because it's not going to get you nowhere. It ain't going to get you nowhere by being a modern day slave to the company. It's not going to get you anywhere. It doesn't matter. It don't matter, bro. So many employees have raised experience requirements for entry-level jobs, cutting back the internships. This creates a catch-22 for new graduates. You can't get a job without experience, and you can't get experience without a job. Many of us post into a low-wage job to try to make ends meet. and unreliable use of the skills that went into a debt to acquire the skills that you already have. Even those who land a full-time job with salaries cap space isn't what it used to be. As we saw earlier, wages have been outpaced by inflation since 2021. Meaning if your paycheck has more dollars than these dollars buy you less, their reality has fostered a deep disillusion. Gen Z entered the workforce expecting the hard work to be rewarded, but found out that loyalty is rarely a two-way street. In fact, the data shows that 45% of Gen Zers hold a single traditional full-time role, with many juggling jobs to going back and forth with side hustles to make ends meet. The system has broken its promise. The job market is no longer a reliable ladder to middle class. For many, it's a treadmill, and it's exhausting. It's like you getting on the ladder on the treadmill and you just keep running. You don't see no results. You still chunky. You still got chunky legs, flabby arms. You still got a fat belly, and you've been doing this for months, and it ain't getting nowhere. You don't understand why I'm running. What is I'm running for? You don't understand that. Can we take a little smoke break, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I don't want YouTube to get me in trouble, so we're gonna take a little pause break. We'll come right back into it. Let's get it. Let's go this way. Yeah, we're gonna pause it for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, so we back, y'all. I had to take a little break. If you watching this and feeling exhausted, ain't it sound familiar? It's because you're not alone, bro. This channel is dedicated to giving you the data, the science, the data, not diddy, the data behind it all. So if you appreciate this kind of analysis from your boy, hit that subscribe button. It's your boy Cashmere. It helps us a lot. And make sure you don't miss another bot from us, man. I'm always posting videos. Even if we get 5, 10, 20, 15, 2, 8, I'm still going to make another video. It don't matter because I'm here and I'm showing up. I'm your big brother. Remember that. I'm unc now. I'm unc. We had to come back. I had to get a little smoky smoke on. We going to finish this, though. Let's come on. So what? This new section is called the So What? A Generation Deferred. Let's talk about it. So the pillars of a traditional American dream, home ownership, debt-free education, a stable career have been systematically weakened. What are the consequences? What does it actually feel like? The outcome is a generation deferred. Major life milestone that was once seen in natural progression is now being postponed indefinitely or abandoned altogether like a dream. Home ownership is delayed, but it's so starting a family, which is immensely financial pressure. Many Gen Zers are concluded that having children is a luxury they simply cannot afford. One young woman in a recent UCLA study put it bluntly: the idea of having kids when you cannot afford to take care of yourself seems ridiculous. It not immoral. Just what a lady said at UCLA. The financial instability creates a constant low-grade anxiety. If the stress of knowing that your single unexpected medical bill or a car repair could send you into a financial spiral, it's the burnout from working a full-time job and then coming home to your side hustle. It's the quite same if you moving back in with your parents, even when it's the only logical financial move. So let's speak of a car situation. I know I'm putting my business out there, but my car was broke today and I had to go. It wasn't broken, but it was breaking and stuff was happening to it. Had to get it fixed. You think that put me up or it put me down? Put it down below in the comment section if you thought if you boosted, if it made our money go up or it put us in a financial burden. Put it down below. I ain't gonna answer that. You answer that. I answer in the comments though if you was right or wrong. You feel me? And then there's social media, which acts as a massive accelerant. Like it's like a deterrent spray. It bombards you with a curated highlight of real success that feel completely disconnected from your own reality. The same UCLA study found that 50% of young people say social media influences their view of American Dream more than any other source. This creates a toxic environment where you're comparing your behind-the-scenes struggle to a content creator, someone else's public victory, amplifying feelings of inadequacy and making the dream feel even more impossible. This is the life experience of dreams of decline. It's a generation that followed the playbook only to find the game is rigged from the start, bro. You can't rely on somebody else's success to try to make it. It's just not how it goes, bro. And this is not a story about doom and gloom because of what a system breaks down to be. It creates space for something new. While this traditional American dream may be dead, Gen Z is not only attending his funeral, instead, they're equality and redefining what it means to live a successful life. We're gonna go talk a little bit more about. We almost done with this, so I'm sorry for taking up y'all time, but you have to understand what has been happening, what has been going on, and how can we maintain things, I took a little smoke, but I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do the mug again one more time. You feel me? I'm tired. I'm tired of this cat pausing, bro. Hey man, I gotta smoke, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I ain't gonna do it on the video because I'm trying to be respectful, and I ain't cussing. You don't hear me cussing, so because this is for my young generation. This is for my peoples out here, man. I'm like, what I'm saying. I'm old, what I'm saying. I'm older and stuff like that, and I'm trying to buy a house right now, so. It's like, will I succeed from it? I don't know. We're gonna see. If I keep going to a bank, I won't. But something gotta happen and something gotta shake. Cause I can't. So I always wanted to be my man. I always want to be myself, be my own man. I always wanted to follow my own destiny, my own path, and forge my own lane. That's it. So we're gonna talk a little bit more, and we gonna be done. I promise you. In 2025, UCLA. Again, a study. Let's break it down. 86% of young people said they still don't want to achieve the American dream. They just don't believe the old version is relevant. They are staging a quiet rebellion against the outdated metrics of success. What does the new dream look like? It's less about, like acclamation. It's more about fulfillment. It's less about the corner office and about flexibility. It's the anomaly. The generation is trading the white picket fence for a life with riches and experiences, community and purpose. Success is no longer defined by only owning a home, but it's about having freedom to travel or work remotely. It's not about climbing the corporate ladder no more, but about starting a passion project or a business that aligns with your values. They are pragmatic. They see the flaws in the system with clear eyes, and yet they're skeptical of all traditions. But it's for good reasons, you know what I mean? They are resilient and adaptive. They are pursuing trades to avoid college debt, seeking public service jobs for stability, and building their own opportunities in the creator economy, like YouTube, like I'm doing. This isn't a generation that's failing, it's a generation that's adapting. They are refusing to be defined by a dream that has failed them, and instead encouraging them to make a new one of their own terms. This evidence is clear for Gen Z, the American people. The American dream ain't what it is for our parents. It's no longer a visible path for many. It's a myth. The economic walls of housing debt and stagnant wages are just hurdles. There are systematic barriers. To continue telling young people to simply work harder is a mathematical disaster, but it's faced with a new reality. Put it in the ruins of the old promise, a new one is taking root, and we are forging our own path to success. The new dream is just the beginner dream of an old dream that have the old playbook, and we have to follow by our new rules. Because if we keep following the old rules, this is what I'm talking about. If we keep following the old rules and not paying attention to the data, we're going to keep failing, and we won't see a lot of homeowners. Just think about it now. The homeowners you see that's from out of town, they ain't from here, they ain't from this country. If the ones you do see that is from here, they got a program that put them in a crap home, that put them in a crap hood. Like they happy because they own the home, but in reality, they never left the hood. They never. When you move into a home, you want to leave your neighborhood. You don't want to stay back in your neighborhood. The conversation, don't have to end here, man. I just want to know what you think. What does the American dream mean to you in 2025? Is it dead or is it just evolving? Let me know down below whatever you think about everything, because I would love to know it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and pass this along, and share this video to all the people that you know. I know my videos be mad long, bro, but they be for a reason, and I don't know if you feel like watching it or not. I understand if you don't want to watch it, I get it. This video ain't gonna have no edit. We just straight talking. We We just gonna straight talk, cause I just like a one-on-one talk. I'm your big brother, bro. I'm your big brother. We should like do better. I feel like the American dream ain't dead. It just need revitalized. It need grown into something different. We need to plant the seed, water that seed, watch that mud grow. If we do something different instead of like going off of what somebody else have done before, it's not gonna work. Now, the data and the driven statistically, it makes a lot of sense where we at in life. That's why I understand why our lovely government don't pay attention to what it is. They know we ain't that. They know we not doing good, and they sitting here fighting about other stupid stuff. But they not trying to make us be better entrepreneurs. You know, like the world would run better if they showed everybody on how to make money, or if they showed everybody that taking this way and that path leads to making more money in this hand, so I can feed the masses. Different story. They won't tell you that. They won't show you that. So it's our job to sit here and make up a game plan and diverse a game plan so we can win this mug. You know, we can't win if we don't know. If you don't know, then you won't do nothing about what you don't know. It don't mean you illiterate. It just means you just don't know. You know, you just don't know. Like, cause they don't talk about this on TV. You don't even hear this on YouTube. You don't hear this on finances. You don't hear this on CNN. You don't hear it in the shorts. You don't hear none of it. You hear pipe dreams. You hear lies. You hear made up stories. You know? So I'm not here to give you a made up story. You can look up all these numbers yourself. It's real simple. Go look it up. It's there. So till the next time, it's your boy Cashmere Matic, man. American dream ain't dead. We just gotta prove to be better. We gotta figure out another way so we can make the dream shape.